We're going to start with Mr. NHI's human identity in the hot seat, where I'm going to fire 10 machine speed questions on IAM, non-human, and AI identities. So let's go, Martin. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are orgs taking NHI risks seriously enough?
I think it's really improving. NHI risks have increased as we move more and more into the cloud and now AI, of course. And that means that we need to move where we spend the vast majority of our time and effort. And previously, they were spent on the human identities. And especially as AI matures more and more, I think we need to refocus and pivot to go towards the NHI.
Great. Are you a fan of vibe coding?
So my wife recently told me that I have to start vibe coding, so I have to get myself a more experience of this.
Does agentic AI security equal NHI security?
No, I would say that there's, of course, AI security would be agentic AI would be a subset of NHI security. There is still a lot of conventional service accounts and the entire cloud world that is quite far from agentic AI that we still have to handle.
Okay. Are organizations putting time to market ahead of security controls for AI agents?
I think this is mostly a cultural question and about a little bit about your company. And at the end of the day, we all serve the business purpose. So I think it's a varied question that some organizations do, some don't.
That's a great answer. Do we expect to see more breaches with AI?
So the attackers tends to attack where it's you get the most attack back for your bang, almost like bang for your buck.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're necessarily going to see more breaches. I think we're going to see a lot of AI-based breaches where AI is part of the attack pattern. If the total volume is going up and down, that is, of course, very hard to know.
Okay. Given agentic AI, it means things aren't predictable. Does that concern you?
Definitely. So this is something we need to. I think we have a few different areas. So of course, when it comes to things like ITDR or identity security, the non-predictability is quite okay because you don't necessarily need to have 100% uh, success rate. If you get to 50% in getting false positives, you're really good. Where I do see is decision making. So how do you make sure that your agentic AI doesn't take certain shortcuts and start um, leveraging protected categories, for example? That I see is a much bigger problem.
Great. Is the recent market activity involving identity vendors, acquisitions, investment a good thing for the industry?
Yes, at the end of the day, if I believe that a healthy market where new solutions are raised from startups and are being acquired by bigger companies is it's one of the ways that we can deliver better results at the end of the day to the enterprises.
Great. Will the AI agent digital workforce lead to mass unemployment?
Well, this far, it has never really happened. You know, you can go back to the Industrial Revolution. Every time we figured out something that means that we don't have to, like in the Middle Ages, usually 70, 80% of your workforce spent the time tilling in the fields. We don't do that today, but we still have other jobs to do. So I would find it unlikely that this time we will not find other things to do. Hopefully, we find better things and we can focus on those things instead of the relatively boring, reoccurring work.
Okay. Should human and non-human identities be managed and treated separately or together?
So there are a few differences in what you need to be successful in human and non-human identity management. You have a lot, especially when talking about non-ephemeral or ephemeral identities, just in time. So a lot of these things are different, and you still have the kind of the basic join and move leave flows, and of course humans can be authenticated in different ways. So I would still think that there is enough differences that it makes more sense to keep them apart than to try to do them in the same solutions.
Okay, and finally, are AI agents and agentic AI the same thing?
Um, Very good question. I actually have to read up on this before I can give you a good answer on this one.
Okay, we can always come back to that one.
Yeah.
All right, look, I hope you enjoyed that, Martin. Very revealing, and it's a good segue into our main topic.